Number 10. Hermes. The last one on the list is one of the most exceptional and highly prominent Greek gods, Hermes. Also known as the Messenger, Hermes was Zeus's son. He has been portrayed in a wide range of ways in sonnets, plays, and fantasies. Famously, he seems to be an attractive, athletic, clean-shaven youth and, once in a while, a more seasoned hairy man. Hermes was a speedy scholar and even faster with his developments, and he was famous among the Greek gods for his shrewdness. Since he could undoubtedly move between the three principal universes in the fanciful worldview of old Greece, paradise, the oceans, and the hidden world, he frequently went about as a messenger for the gods. Given the clever stunts he would play on gods for his own entertainment, one can track down unmistakable likeness between him and the well-known Norse god Loki. Number 9. Artemis. Artemis was the twin sister of Apollo and the daughter of Leto. Numerous researchers accept that she started from a creature goddess of Minoan human advancement. Her range of prominence differed, and she was a critical goddess for all kinds of people in old Greece. As well as hunting and wild creatures, she was a goddess related to changes. For women, she directed the change from virginity to labor, and for men, that from childhood to adulthood. Countless celebrations were held in Artemis's honor and different factions were given to her love. This features her extraordinary significance as a goddess. Among the most notable were the celebrations of Artemis Brauronia and Artemis Munich. These celebrations included the request of both young girls and men. Number 8. Poseidon. At the point when Zeus and his siblings attracted straws to conclude who became the ruler of which domain, Poseidon drew the domain of the oceans. Along these lines, he turned into the god of the oceans and alongside his better half Amphitrite, drove a gathering of lesser gods. It included Triton and the Nereids. Being the god of oceans, he was broadly adored and followed by sailors and explorers. In any case, his impact was considerably more sweeping. Students of history refer to him as just a significant divinity in a few old Greek urban communities. With his sheer power, he was in the second position after the strong Zeus. Number 7. Cronos. Known among the antiquated Titans, Cronos was the ruling god before the age of the Olympian gods. The Titans were known for their gigantic bodies and similarly enormous savage strength. Among them, Cronos won over to be the most grounded. He turned into the ruler by mutilating his own father Uranus. In his complete neurosis, he gulped his siblings to keep them from truly awe-inspiring him. However, his mother Gaia and wife Rhea had the option to safeguard Zeus, who awarded him off and ousted him to the feared Tartarus in the hidden world. The end of Cronos proclaimed the age of the Olympian gods, who might proceed to be more famous in Greek folklore than their ancestors were. Number 6. Apollo. Apollo, the twin sibling of Artemis, was a god with numerous features. His father was Zeus, and he was brought into the world by his mother Leto on the island of Delos. It was the main shelter they could find from an infuriated Hera. He was the lord of tranquility and music and was frequently portrayed with a lyre. He was also a gifted toxopholite who could frequently be seen with a silver bow. Apollo was viewed as the lord of recuperating and medication, though when enraged, he would achieve passing and despondency with his bolts. He would outfit his 4-horse chariot and get the sun across the sky every day, giving light and life to Earth. Number 5. Dionysus. Dionysus was the most immaterial of the multitude of Greek gods. He was a lord of differences, at the same time youthful and old, manly and feminine, vigorous and ghost-like. His authoritative reach covered 2 wellsprings of extraordinary delight for antiquated Greeks, wine and theatre. This way, he addressed idealism and bliss equally. Wine celebrations committed to Dionysus were held all over Greece, with conspicuous get-togethers on the islands of Chios and Naxos. An enormous wine celebration, the Anthesteria, was held in Athens. Strangely, women were restricted from drinking wine at these festivals. However, they had an enormous impact on the Bacchic customs of Dionysus and his devotees, the Maenads. Every other year, the men would go up into the mountains and commend his customs. Euphoric moving and reciting would happen, followed by the sacrifice and eating of wild creatures. Number 4. Prometheus. One of the most famous Titan gods, Prometheus is held in high regard. His father Iapetus was also a Titan. His mother was an Oceanid. Being the god of thinking ahead or forethought, he anticipated the loss of the Titans on account of the new Olympian gods and keenly favored the Olympians during the fight, in this way getting away from detainment at Tartarus alongside the others. Prometheus has then relegated the undertaking of embellishing humanity out of the earth. Whenever he made humans, he turned out to be fairly connected to them. This drove him to encounter the strong Zeus. So, when Zeus removed fire from humankind, Prometheus took it from the sky and gave it back to the humans. Zeus rebuffed him to a stone, where an eagle would eat his liver consistently. However, his liver recovered every night. At last, he was set free by the strong mythical god Hercules. Number 3. Hades. After the advent of the Olympian gods, Hades became the prominent ruler of the underworld. It was a place where only the dead could enter. Ruling in such a dismal realm and gloomy period led to an impression and made him prominent in Greek mythology. Generally, he was also believed as the personification of death. He was paid regular homage because of this belief. Number 2. Hera. Hera, like her husband and brother Zeus, has great ancient origins and is authenticated on 2 Mycenaean Linear B tablets. The queen of the Olympian divine beings was firmly connected with marriage, though she also directed the full arc of female lives, from birth through marriage and afterwards into widowhood or detachment. Hera was an imperative goddess for women in the Greek world. She was praised during the long stretch of February when sacrosanct wedding services were held. Hera was loved at Argos, where a sculpture of the goddess was washed in a holy spring. This addressed an emblematic rebuilding of her virginity in preparation for her marriage. Hera's significance in old Greece was featured by the superbness of the temple showcased in her honor. Her sanctuary on the island of Samos was her legendary and mythological origin. Number 1. Zeus. Zeus was the divine force of the entire known universe that the Olympians won from the Titans. After vanquishing the Titans, Zeus won the draw with his siblings Hades and Poseidon to see who might acquire the lofty position. After their father Cronos, he became a god of all skies and the recognized leader of all the gods. Zeus was hitched to Hera, the sovereign and queen of all gods. Zeus was also famous for his heartfelt capers outside his marriage. He was known as the father of the divine gods, and as you could have seen at this point, he fathered many kids from his affairs. He additionally controlled time as the changing seasons and alternated day and night. With outright power, he managed and controlled the universe, but he also had a hint of bad temper and was extremely simple to incite. He would answer by flinging thunderclaps at those who disappointed him. With that said, you just uncovered the incredible Greek gods. Would you rather get to be a slave of Dionysus or live with Poseidon underwater? Make sure you share this video with mythical enthusiasts. Continue watching and stay tuned for more.